Hi, I'm Jimmy Schmidt, and we're here today at Fresh Meals. Tips, tricks for developing flavor for the food service professionals. Today, we're talking about green vegetables, and lots of other ones too, but green vegetables, sometimes they're pretty scary. Nothing scares a little kid like green vegetables. Even a little green on top will scare them to run from any type of food. So we're going to apply two different strategies today, one of which is roasting them, making them sweet, very delicate, creamy, rich in flavor, so they kind of disappear. And then on the other side, we're going to make them bright and crunchy and green is good approach. Also keeping them sweet and not cooking them too much so that they become, develop all their wild mustard flavors and oils that come off of them. So here we have three different types of foil pouches. We've taken the vegetables, a little oil, a little salt, pepper, sealed them up in the pouch, threw them in the oven, roasted them at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. The first one shows some haricot vert. The second one shows some broccoli, both cooked the same way. And you can smell the aroma that's coming off of them. Very rich, very delicate, very meaty. And then finally, kind of a medley of everything else I had laying around in back, which is a combination of portobello mushrooms and regular mushrooms and red peppers and onions and that type of direction. So it really works on anything. It's a great way, no boiling water, throw it in the oven, works great. On the other hand, here are vegetables that have been blanched in boiling water until they're al dente. If you overcook them, not only do they start to fall apart, but they become very odorous. And much more of the mustard gas and such is released, so you don't overcook them. They are thrown in ice water just to take them down to stop the cooking, not to turn them into a fruit punch, and then taken out and allowed to drain at room temperature. So they're a little chill, but they're not ice cold, and we're going to use them directly. So here's the two different effects that you get out of doing it. One, the roasting, sweet, tender, creamy direction. And the other side is the crunchy, fresh, bright direction. Both have applications, both work well together. So now we're going to apply this to two different types of pastas. We have a hot linguine, whole wheat linguine in each of the bowls. The pasta is identical. We're going to add the roasted beans, the cauliflower. That's got plenty of caramelization and such. And that's why the whole wheat pasta works really good for it, because as it starts to break down, it matches the color of the pasta. And you get this kind of really earthy look to it. And then we can throw in some of these vegetables in here so it's nice and chunky, and get some peppers and onions. That leaks a little big. And some mushrooms. And you got a great earthy, rich, vegetable lovers kind of flavor going on. And here we have just a little bit of smoked paprika oil. If you use a bright oil on this, it'll really make the colors come out, as you can see, this kind of red, brown, deep kind of forest hues. A little bit of chives, a little parm from my buddy over here. And we've got a really great pasta. Now on this side, whole wheat noodles, same type of thing, linguine. But in this case, we're going to camouflage the vegetables in a different direction. We've cooked all these vegetables and blanched them just like we did these two for our example, but we've cut them more into a julienne form so that they mix well in the pasta, so that it's hard to tell what the pasta is and what the vegetable is. Two different approaches, same type of technique to kind of work them in and to get them to mix together. To this one, we're going to take all those garden herbs that you've got growing, the basil and the thyme, and we blended it with a little bit of oil to pull in that fresh garden spice flavor. Obviously, cheese and pasta are natural, and we're good to go. You can take all these ingredients and blanch them and keep them warm and mix them together, and the flavors combine so well together. They're fresh and clean. And then you can see how the noodles and the pasta and the vegetables almost look the same. They blend together. You get some in every bite. A little cheese, a little bit of fresh basil on top, and you're good to go. And likewise over here, a little different effect with the roasting, but the roasting vegetables are breaking apart and tearing and mixing in too. And these big portobello mushrooms are almost like steak in the pasta. Again, a little bit of chives, maybe a little chives, whatever you've got coming from the garden. And there you have it. Green vegetables are scary, but control them. You've got the great roasted direction that develops very creamy, rich, sweet flavors that melt into the pasta and almost disappear. You've got the blanched version that keeps their personalities, but we've cut them to match the noodles so they disappear by shape. Once again, working itself in and the sweetness is allowed to come out. Either way that you choose to go, it's an easy way for a great vegetable pasta dish. Add meat and you got protein too, so enjoy. For Fresh Meals, I'm Jimmy Schmidt.